So we're up here in the mountains right now, and me and the guys, we came up here to really plan for Q4 and plan for all the things that we're going to do. Me personally, I love Q4. It's the best time of the year because you have Black Friday, you have Christmas, you have New Year's, and you have all these great holidays. But also, it's one of the best times for the business. And we came up here just to prep and take the weekend to really plan out strategically and do some strategic thinking in terms of what we want to achieve in the business and how we're going to do that. So it's really important to take time away from all the things that you're doing, all the operations, every single thing that you want to do, and really put together a plan and get organized. And strategic thinking is something that you can use throughout your business to really understand, okay, well, what are the major goals that we need to achieve? And always put together that thing of how you're going to achieve them. But we're gonna go, I think, grab some coffee and grab some food, and then I will fill you guys in more about this concept when we get there. So how do we use this? Now, you want to take a look at the entire year or your entire business as a whole and figure out, okay, well, what were the last 9 to 10 months? What was the entire thing that we did? Did we achieve our goals at the beginning of the year? Did we achieve our quarterly goals, our weekly goals, our monthly goals, things like that? And so if you haven't, you have to go and then pinpoint exactly why you didn't achieve that stuff. What did you do wrong? What did you not do? What could you have done better? And you want to reverse engineer all of the things that happen in the business based on the goals that you have. Now, if you have, let's say you want to make a $500,000 a year, you have to figure out, okay, well, why didn't we hit that target? Where were the bottlenecks? And then how do we go and improve and fix those bottlenecks? Now, you do this in a few ways. You say, okay, well, you look at the year, you look at the quarter, look at the week, and look at the month, and figure out, well, what was I not doing well? What was I doing well? What do I want to do in the business that wasn't implemented yet? And then what are the mental or physical blocks that are preventing you from making those changes and implementing those things? And you can use this framework, and I call this the auditing process, and this thing is called the quadrants of success that I talk about. And when you do this, you can use these strategic thinking principles here to really understand exactly what you did right, what you didn't do right, and then what you need to improve on, and then figure out what physically or mentally is holding you back from doing those things. Because if you're doing something, then, or you don't do something, there is a mental or physical block that is preventing you from doing that. And whether it is just you're not in alignment with what it is you're doing, or whether you are in alignment, but it's just taking too long, or there's a skill issue, which is causing the thing to take super long, which means you need to hire out. There's a ton of different ways to solve these problems. So you look at every single week, every single month, and all of the quarters combined and the entire year in order to develop a process and a systematic process in order for you to actually go and fix the bottlenecks, fix all the things that went wrong, or fix the things that you didn't do and go and do the things that you want to do in order to plan for the future. And you always want to be reverse engineering from your goals. Now, you need 3 things in order to be successful that I always say. You need a vision, you need a plan, and then you need the work ethic and the tenacity to achieve it. Now, where the quadrants of success comes in and where strategic thinking in particular comes in is you use this framework in order to achieve your relentless tenacity, your plan, and then your vision. And the vision and the plan can change based on the things that you need to fix. But that being said, everything that you do has to be systematic and it has to be consistent. Because what you do not track, if you aren't tracking anything in the business, if you're not tracking your data, your metrics, your numbers, your KPIs, and you're not consistently improving the bottlenecks, improving everything that's going on within the business, you're going to be stuck. A lot of people that I talk to on a daily basis, especially you guys coming from these YouTube videos, and when you guys get on calls with me and talk to me, they're like, oh, well, I want to make X amount, or I'm only currently making 5K a month or 10K a month. I want to make $30,000 a month. Well, there are certain things that are commonplace across every single different profile, regardless of what it is that you're doing. Whether you're doing, well, these ducks are having fun. Regardless if you're doing wholesale real estate, or you have a solar company, or you have an agency, or you're doing advertising for home services, or whatever it may be, usually there is an acquisition bottleneck in the business. So how can we use these strategic thinking principles, and how can we use the quadrants of success and use this framework in order to go and move forward and actually go and achieve our goals. Now, a lot of the time it's a work ethic issue, and then it becomes a skill issue. Because if you're maintaining consistency within your work ethic and your process, and maintaining this daily inputs to go and get the outputs that you want, what ends up happening is you certainly run into a skill issue where you don't understand yet how to solve the problems that are occurring in the business. And you feel like you're just getting punched in the face, you feel like you're banging your head against the wall, and you're just simply not getting to where you want to be. So, strategic thinking is very important, and also it's very important to take time away so that you can go and reflect on everything that's going on in the business and going on in your life. And you might have things that are going on in your life that affect the business, whether it's a toxic relationship or toxic friendships, or just a bad situation where you're in a job that you're working and your time is being drained and your soul is being sucked out of you, not in a good way. But so you might be running into these issues as well, where you don't have enough time to dedicate to the business, or when you do have time to dedicate to the business, you're just being drained and you only have a few hours a day, and it's at the end of the day, and your willpower and your reserves of willpower are just absolutely depleted. So you have to increase your vitality, and you have to increase the level of willpower that you have and really just go and get it done. That's something that I started doing when I was in business. When I first started in business, was I would take my lunch breaks and I would make calls because I was working from home and I had my sales job. I was working from home and I would make calls during my lunch break that I had, and also after work, based on the thing that I was trying to sell, which was my email marketing agency at the time. And I created this framework, the Quadrants of Success, and this auditing process back when I was in my sales job, just to improve my sales process and understand what KPIs that I needed to hit and understand my data and understand my metrics. And when you use qualitative and quantitative data, you're going to really understand exactly where the bottlenecks are. And you always have to look at the numbers. You have to look at the money coming in, the money going out. And if there's no money coming in, then you better go find some money and go get some money coming in. And the biggest thing that I see is that people don't have the knowledge in order to go and do the thing that they're trying to do. They might have the information, but they don't have the knowledge. Having information and actually knowing what to do are two different things. There's a lot of information out there, but the right information when implemented is going to get you to where you want to be a lot faster than if you were to just take information from this guy, and then try to Frankenstein it, and then go onto the marketplace and then go make $50,000, $100,000 a month. It just doesn't work like that. You need the right information, and you need a way to make sure that the information that you're getting is actually going to work. You're tracking it, you're implementing it, and you are using it. All of the stuff that I use in these that I tell you in these videos, I want you to use. And I know that these videos are free, but I want you to act like every single video that I make, you've paid thousands of dollars in order to get this information. Because if you did, then you would take it more seriously. And I really kind of hate giving away free stuff now, but you would take it more seriously and you would implement it and you would use it. Because all of the stuff that I'm teaching you in these videos is how I've not only sold while I was in a corporate role, while I was in a W-2 corporate role, tens of millions of dollars in product, $40 million in product, but also how I've generated millions of dollars for myself, how I've built multiple 6- and 7-figure companies. So if you use this information, you actually sit there, you take notes, and you put this stuff into practice, you use the Quadrants of Success, you use all these different ideas that I give you in these videos, there is a very, very, very good chance that you are going to be able to become successful from it. So make sure that not only you're taking time away, but make sure that you're actually using the information that I give you. I'm here and I encourage you guys to go watch anyone else's videos, whether it's one of the SMMA guys, whether it's one of these other business guys, whatever. And I want you to go and compare the quality and the relativity of the information to you in your life in my videos compared to one of these other guys. I strongly encourage you guys to do this. Even if you want to go click off this video and go do that, go check it out, right? And you're going to come back here and realize, okay, well, David really knows his stuff. David knows what he's talking about. And I want you guys to be successful. This is why I make these videos, and you have to use these principles. It took me almost 10 years at this point to develop all of these ideas, and not only develop them, but perfect them. Because throughout the things that I've done, whether it's mentorships and coaching and different info products, and even with different clients that I've consulted with and made them absolute metric fuck tons of money, I have put all of the information, well, some of the information, into these videos. And this information has been responsible for just catapulting people's businesses to the next level, taking my businesses to the next level. And if you use this information, there's a very good chance, and I'll say it again, that you become successful. I don't want the information that I give you guys in these videos to fall on deaf ears. This strategic thinking principle is like, I want you to look at what people do and not only what they say. And so I'm literally here, I'm in the beautiful mountains here in California, and I'm telling you guys about how we're taking time away from the day-to-day operations in the business because we work like 24/7. We're always working, and how we're using the principles that I'm literally talking to you about in this video of how we're going to take our business to the next level. So use this information, guys, and I really, really, really strongly encourage you to take notes and really understand that this stuff works. And I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of this stuff in practice, whether it's the sales side, whether it's the agency service delivery operations side, the way that we look at different customer profiles. And there's literally tons of ideas that I have, but we only have so much time in the day. I also do have a business to run. So I want you guys to take this information. I want you to use the quadrants of success. I want you to understand that if you do truly want to be successful, as much as you tell yourself that you want to be successful, because there's a lot of people who will say, oh, I want this thing. I want to make X amount. I want this or that or this. And they are simply lying to themselves in the aspect of they don't actually want the thing because their actions do not actually follow up with the thing that they want. I could sit here on my ass and say, oh, I want to make $100 million. And if I'm sitting there playing video games for months and months and months, or if I'm not taking the necessary action steps in order to do that, then it will never happen. And so you can manufacture your own luck. And you can use these principles and these things and these ideas that I tell you in these videos to literally manufacture your own luck to get yourself to a point in your life where you are better off than when you started watching me. So guys, use the strategic thinking principle, use the quadrants of success, use the auditing process in order to understand where the bottlenecks are in your personal life, in your business. You can use this in your sales process, in your delivery process, whatever it is that you're doing. Figure out how to make it better. And like I said, I don't want you to be broke and I want you to be successful. And that's why I make these videos. So this stuff's really important. And I think this is one of the fundamental key drivers as to why I got to where I am. And I hope you guys use it. And I want you guys to use it. So I implore you to use it. And I will see you guys in the next video. If you want some free stuff, go ahead, click the link in the description. If you want to check out the software company we have, Synthesis, go check that out. It's only $97 a month. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.